Hello, and welcome to the Megan Millen podcast. I am your host, Megan Milinovich. The podcast name is still TBD. I actually was trying to channel, really just sit and not put any pressure and just feel the feels of what my podcast name would be. And I don't want to say we didn't make headway, but I can tell it's at the tip of my tongue. But for now, it's just my name. Either way, welcome. What's so funny about this podcast today, I literally wrote out everything I wanted to talk about on Saturday morning. I literally posted my previous podcast Friday night, woke up Saturday morning, I'm not kidding, at 8 a.m. and I was getting all of these pulls of what I would want to talk about. I guess I didn't realize it at the time, but I literally woke up. Okay, I'm setting the scene. I woke up, it's 8 a.m. Saturday, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I have so much on my mind. I grab my phone from my nightstand and I am just and my nails, they literally make this noise. I am just going at it for whatever I was feeling and channeling in that moment. And then I put my phone down. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about for my next podcast. So here we are. It was an organized mess up until about 2 hours ago in my phone. So we are getting right into it. When I say it was an organized mess, you should have seen how I had it bullet pointed or organized. It made sense, but also it didn't make sense at the same time. So I took the time. Okay. I got a La La Land coffee. I finally went to the one in Kierland Commons. I've been to La La Land before. I've been to the one in Dallas, but I went to the one in Kierland finally. I've been avoiding it because I've seen the craziness of what the lines were like waiting to get into the La La Land at Kierland, but I went there. It's cute. I got the upside down latte. The cashier recommended it. It is literally now my new favorite drink from La La Land. My new favorite drink from La La Land. So I got my coffee, came home, and I was like, okay, let's organize the notes app of our phone for this podcast. So here we go. When I woke up Saturday morning, I was having this feeling of, and this isn't not a common feeling for me, and I'm just keeping it honest because as much as I love the spiritual work that I do and how much clarity and fulfillment it has given me, it has also been one of the worst and challenging things ever. I just want to keep it honest. It's the best thing that's happened to me, but at times it feels like the worst thing that's happened to me. And I feel like I woke up Saturday morning, I had not a meeting, but I was in class on Friday morning for teacher training intuition with my mentor. And anytime I feel like I get stuff channeled for me that's significant, my life turns havoc for the next 2 to 4 days after it. I'm not kidding. So I woke up Saturday, and Saturday was Valentine's Day. That's funny because I posted about this. I woke up in a hizzy, I was calling it. My cortisol was literally so high. And this is something I've been, I don't want to say battling with, but something that has been, or I should say something that I have been experiencing is high cortisol levels. I don't want to make it sound like cortisol is all bad. A little bit of stress or a little bit of cortisol can light that fire under your ass to go get shit done. But this was just so insanely high. So it all connects to what I was writing to in the notes app of my phone. But the day before, my mentor was pulling stuff for me, and it was really challenging. When I say challenging to work through, they're all just limiting beliefs that I have to work through in order to get to your next up level. And I say to your next up level because I'm speaking ahead of myself. Any limiting beliefs you are experiencing right now, triggers will be thrown in your face to shift these limiting beliefs because you cannot take these limiting beliefs with you into your next up level. And if you see people and situations and circumstances getting the money, the boys, the dream house, the family, blah, 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 that's all just soul plan to teach them in the long run. These external things are not going to fix your internal shit. So Friday during class, I'm getting triggering stuff pulled for me. And I know it's funny, it's not the worst triggers I've ever experienced, but it was really challenging to come to terms with trying to shift this because they're limiting beliefs I've been holding on to for a long time. And I woke up Saturday morning thinking, oh my God, I hate this. I was like, I hate this. So that's literally in all bold caps, in bold title heading on the notes app. If you know, the title heading says hating spiritual work. I'm laughing because, okay, let me just get right into it. As if I haven't been already getting right into it, but I'm chuckling because literally for the past 4 days, even when I was driving to and from La La Land today, I was just this anger was boiling up in me. And it's funny, my friend voice noted me back. I sent her something on Friday and she finally voice noted me back. I shouldn't say finally, right? We all have fucking lives, but I was just in this mood and I went off. I didn't go off on her, but I was like, my anger is just screaming right now. And it's all this residual-ish that has been, piling up for a majority of my life, but just has been boiling since Friday. I shouldn't say boiling since Friday because it was really boiling up over the weekend. And my anger will manifest physically. When I say physically, meaning in my physical form, I'll get the worst headaches, I'll get jaw pain, throat pain. I was literally so bloated, and this was all due to, I shouldn't say all due to my class on Friday. That's not what it is, but there was stuff that was brought to the surface. And now that I had this conscious, these conscious realizations of, yes, this is what's going on. These are the limiting beliefs that are blocking me right now. My higher self wastes zero time. She lets these limiting beliefs hit my physical form because I pay very close attention to that. She lets them come in full force, these limiting beliefs, so that I right? These things are happening for us. I don't want to experience or hold on to these limiting beliefs anymore. You know what I mean? But needless to say, it was just like a doozy over the weekends with all the physical reflections, right? Like the cortisol being high. I could literally feel the cortisol spiking and all the stress being held in my shoulders, in my chest. It was just like, ugh. But we're better today. I was just laughing about it because I was just going off about this to my friend coming home from La La Land. I was like, I'm in my luteal phase and my limiting beliefs are coming on so hard. Not so hard, so hot. And I was like, wait, Meg, you're not even in your luteal phase. It was just so funny. I literally texted her, thank you for listening to my rant, goodbye. I don't even think she's answered me back yet, but I was just chuckling to myself. Why I hate the spiritual work. From a human POV, why I say from a human POV is because we are energetic beings in physical form. From a human POV, I have a very logical brain. I have an analytical brain. Call it whatever you want. I like physical proof that things are happening. Call me crazy, but I like physical proof that things are happening. Before I was an intuitive, I was a physical therapist. I like science. I like knowing, yes, your quadricep muscle does this action. This nerve innervates this muscle. I like the 1 + 1 = 2 mindset. Right? Everything on earth is 100% energetic and 100% physical. And obviously it's really easy for the physical to make sense to us. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm not on board with the 100% energetic, because I am. Just sometimes it gets, I don't want to call it woo-woo because I know it's true. I believe it's true. Like I know that 100% energetic is real, but sometimes I get into this spiral of being like, I am so sick of living in la energetic land. And specifically with the energetics, it's a lot of before you attract the things you desire physically, you have to know and embody the person that already has those things physically, because it's the truth. You already have the money, the family, the dream house, the romantic relationship. You already have all of these things you desire. There's zero doubt in that. You have everything you desire already. You just need to play the game. And when I say the game, you just need to grab all of these energetic steps, all of these energetic tools to shift these limiting beliefs so that you can begin attracting these things you desire physically. And sometimes I'm like, why are there so many energetic steps? Like it drives me crazy. And this is what was happening to me on Saturday and really over the entire weekend. I'm like, why are there so many energetic steps? It fucks with me mentally, honestly, sometimes. And that's what starts to shoot my cortisol up. That's what gets me angry. That's what gets me feeling hyper stressed. Because in my mind, I've been in this work, doing this work for over a year and a half now, and I'm starting to think, why is it taking so long? And that's a slippery slope to get into, this kind of waiting mindset, because you're not waiting for anything. Again, you have all of these things you desire right now. It's just that we are so used to this Amazon mindset of instant gratification, of things being delivered to your door by 10 p.m. tonight. That's actually a dark force intention, having this instant gratification Amazon mindset. Just because you make the energetic changes doesn't mean poof, the $1 million is just going to pop up on your doorstep right this second. And I know this, but I'll be like, but why? And I get into this little bit of a spiral of why? I'm sick of this. I'm so close to ending it all, meaning I'm so close to ending my spiritual work journey, which is LOL so funny because even if I decided to stop doing my spiritual work journey today, I would literally create such a shit show in my life where I would have no choice but to get back on this. And same with anyone. If you would just end your healing journey or insert whatever journey that you're on, there is no doubt in my mind that your higher self, the universe, whatever you believe in, would create a situation or circumstance or multiple situations or circumstances that would get you right back on track. And that's the best thing to happen to you because this path, your soul purpose path, is the path that is the most fulfilling. So I'm close to ending it all. I'm close to losing my shit, ending it all, right? I tiptoe the line. I flirt with losing my shit and ending everything I'm doing, ending my healing journey. And I catch myself. It's fine to think like that. I love that I think like that sometimes because it shows me I have a flippant pulse on what's going on and I'm not completely head in the clouds lost in woo-woo land spiritual energetics because everything is 100% energetic and 100% physical. So I love that I tiptoe this line. There is so much that we cannot see that is true. A lot of that's the energetic work. It's true, even though we don't see it, it's true. But the reality piece being, okay, you can acknowledge that, but also acknowledge the human experience, the reality of what it's like to live like on earth, things like that. And also I would never stop doing my soul purpose because I quit nothing. It is my best and worst trait. I will literally go, never fucking quit. It's a blessing and a curse. It's the inner psychopath crazy in me. I will not stop at anything. And not only will I stop at nothing, but as challenging as it is, right? It's challenging because you are resurfacing, first of all, limiting beliefs you didn't even know were there, or limiting beliefs that you knew were there and you're like, whoa, now I have to deal with this. This is what my block is currently. That's hard, but I say I will never quit because I am also the happiest I've ever been. I love myself more than I ever have. My self-image is the highest it's ever been. And I know the second I stop this work, that will start to tank. I don't say that lightly. It will take a severe dip. And why? Because nothing will fulfill you more than aligning with your soul purpose. Fact. Before I became an intuitive, I was a physical therapist. I was not fulfilled on that career path. Even when I graduated school, even when I took my first job, I already was thinking, oh my God, I have to do this for the rest of my life. I was like, I would literally rather die than do this for the rest of my life. And literally 2 years into my first real job, I was like, okay, I need to do contract work. I need to figure out, I need to take a step I need to take a step back from this. And contract work allowed me to do that because I was able to have a more flexible schedule. I need to take a step back and really figure out what I want to do. And me doing this right here today is more fulfilling than anything. And that's the feeling I always come back to. I boomerang back to it. I distance myself from it. Distance myself from the spiritual work, meaning I just get really, really angry and mad at it. And then I remember, oh yeah, but this makes me feel really good. And then I boomerang back. If you're watching on the camera, I'm like doing this little boomerang motion with my hands. But yes, remember that just because it is the most fulfilling path doesn't mean it's the fast track path, meaning I love my soul purpose. I love what I'm meant to do, which is this, intuition. And I am creating everything, meaning my dream life, meaning creating everything I desire from a balanced, source-aligned place. And creating from a source-aligned place is not the fast track Amazon mindset. However, you are building the most stable foundation so that once you attract these things you desire physically, remember, because it is all already yours energetically, once you create it physically, you will not lose it. You have the most stable foundation. It's like when you see people who are seemingly in their dream careers or get the abundance of money easily, that is not a stable foundation. That is a soul plan of them. Either they're going to lose all of their money, either they're going to create havoc in some other area of their life. And it was a part of their soul plan, let's say, to attract that financial abundance, to teach them these lessons, to teach them that, hey, the money is not going to actually give you safety and security. Hey, the money, the followers, the career is not going to make you feel special and unique. Or again, it will manifest as havoc in another area of their life. For instance, Steve Jobs, billionaire, created Apple, or was a part of creating Apple, right? Steve Jobs was the face of Apple. And you know what happened to him? He didn't create from a source-aligned, balanced place, and he manifested physical reflections, aka cancer, and all those other medical issues he was dealing with. Yes, your physical ailments all have energetic root causes. So trust me when I say you want to create from a balanced, source-aligned place. You don't want to be the one-hit wonder on TikTok. It's making me think of, what was that noise? Or not that noise. Oh my God. What was that TikTok sound? Where it was like demure. Like, where's the demure person today? You know what I mean? And maybe the demure person is out there doing something, but they were very, very popular. They were a hit for a while. And now it's like, what's up now? Like, I couldn't even tell you what they're doing. They were popular in the moment. It was totally soul plan. And now what? No, you want to maintain stability in what you are creating. But trust me, that's where the frustration comes in. It's because we're used to the instant gratification. We feel like we're waiting, but the truth is we're not waiting for anything. The second you make a decision to shift and change a limiting belief, to change and I shouldn't say to change it, but to shift and heal an emotional wound. And actually, yeah, I could say change. You're changing the narrative of your own mind and seeing yourself for actually who you truly are. But in this process, it can be frustrating when you feel like you are waiting. But again, once you make that decision to heal, you are putting that into your energetic field. Hey, I am healing this. And trust me, all of the building blocks are starting to form into place to heal and then allow you to attract the things you desire the most. But no, that does not happen in 2 seconds. So that's where the frustration comes in, because we are very used to and conditioned to seeing things happening easily for other people. The overnight success happening to other people and thinking, why is this not happening to me? Trust me, you do not want that to be you. Guys, and I say this so seriously because I know how cliche it sounds, but if it was easy, everyone would do it. If it was easy to heal your wounds, shift your limiting beliefs, everyone would do it. If it was easy to create from a source-aligned place, everyone would do it. Don't be everyone. And if you are listening to this today, you are not just everyone. I don't say this to be cutesy, but you are looking to be the one who changes the world. Okay, back to the notes app. And part of the other spiral I get myself into is thinking, why do I have to ask so many questions or try to channel so many tools that will, I don't want to say allow me, but that will open the gates for things to attract and flow to me physically? We are the creators of our reality. Everything is a reflection of us and what we hold to be true at that time. So what really fucks with me is me thinking I'm doing so much work to shift and get a grip on my anger, for instance, and it's manifesting physically in my body. And I'm thinking, why do I have to channel so many tools and why do I have to do so many things to at least keep it at bay? And again, I love my anger. That is truly a big driving force for me. I don't want to say a big driving force for me because I just have, like, I quit at nothing. I already have that mindset. But that anger is really like the cherry on top of me thinking, oh, I'm going to do this better than everyone. You know what I mean? And equally at the same time, right? 2 things can be true. There's good and bad in everything. 2 things can be true. I'm thinking, why do I have to ask intuitively so many questions and channel so many tools and do so many things to shift this reflection, to shift this anger, to shift whatever is annoying you right now? I know it's funny when you get into this work, you start realizing, oh my God, that mindset is even a reflection of a limiting belief, but let's not get there right now. But guys, when you are creating, truly, you are creating something that has never been done before. So that's why, I don't want to say that's why it's hard. We make it harder. I know I make it harder on myself because I get myself, my brain, I don't know why in a hizzy has been my latest saying. I get hooked on saying. So I make it harder for myself and I build up this resistance to the work, to the spiritual work, to the healing. That resistance makes it harder. Instead of just being in flow, trusting that everything is happening for me and is the best lesson to happen to me. Every obstacle or challenge is the best thing to happen to you. It is the greatest lesson. Any obstacle or challenge is directly related to your soul purpose and is the catalyst to you creating something no one else has done before. And it is hard to see that. Trust me, I'm literally telling you, I'm right there with you. And I also get stuck in this mindset. This is a limiting belief I've held since I was younger of thinking I have to work harder than everyone else to obtain the things these other people have. I have to work harder than everyone else to get the grades. I have to work harder than everyone else to be the star volleyball player. I have to work harder than everyone else to attract the dream guy. You know what I mean? That's so false. Like, you do not have to work harder than everyone else. Sure, have grit, have tenacity, have drive, have ambition. You don't have to go work harder than everyone else. If you take anything from today, it is you do not have to work harder than everyone else to attract the things you desire the most. If anything, if that resonates with you, you need to take a step back and take a chill pill. The go, 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 go is not serving you. It's serving you to a certain extent because you need that masculine action to attract the things you desire. But what no one will tell you, what you will not find on social media and the self-help books, is that you also need to rest. You need to be in a flow state in order to receive. You working 80 hours a week, I know that's a really dramatic amount of hours to say, but you working over 40 plus hours a week, let's say, right? Because 40 hours per week is what the standard of America has said for us to work. You working 40 plus hours a week is not allowing you to be in rest state and have the money flow to you. Is not allowing you to be in rest state and let the health flow to you. Your body even heals when you are sleeping, when you are resting. Again, you do not have to work harder than everyone else to get the things you desire, period. And guys, I realize this can be frustrating because you could be doing all of the mindset, energetic work, emotional work to shift any of these limiting beliefs. But you know what's crazy? If you're not physically releasing it from your body, it will just keep storing. It won't fully shift or heal until you physically release it as well. And that's why I say I know it's frustrating, because for a while there, I was thinking, why I'm doing all this work energetically, and I understand I need to release it physically, but it's still being stored in my body. Trauma stores itself in the body. And I can't emphasize the importance of finding a way that works for you. And it will change, trust me. I used to scream into a pillow, rage dance, do all those things. That really doesn't resonate with me anymore. But you may have to keep adapting and finding physical ways to release any limiting beliefs you are experiencing. My current anger releases are, I will just talk out loud about things that are making me angry, and I'll just cry it out. And I'll just be like, okay, I'm good. I have a rage doc on my computer. It literally is titled Rage Doc, where I will just like be a little keyboard warrior going, why I hate everything, why I'm angry. Because guys, at least you're just getting it out of your body. So I know it can be frustrating if you are in this work and you're thinking, okay, I'm being in flow, I'm doing the meditations, I'm doing all the things. No, sometimes you just need to have that outlet to physically release whatever you are experiencing. That's also been something that's been so frustrating for me, because for a while there, I was in this mindset of, I always need to rage dance, I always need to punch a pillow. And it's like, no. I was doing boxing for a while. That was a really good release. And sometimes it could change monthly. It could change every 6 months. You know what I mean? You know what also helps is firearms training. I go to an instructor. It's organized. It's structured. I'm learning, not to mention a good physical release for any emotional imbalances I am experiencing. So I cannot emphasize it enough. Find a physical way to release any of the limiting beliefs you are experiencing. That in itself can be life-changing. I'm not kidding. And I just started talking out loud and letting myself cry, because for so long I had the stigma against, oh, that's so vulnerable. It's vulnerable to be vulnerable. Like, I feel like a deer in a headlight sometimes if people see me crying. And it's just letting me be okay with literally like ugly crying and just saying out loud, getting it out of my body, what's pissing me off, and just realizing, okay, that's actually not that bad. I'm angry because I feel like I have to work harder than everyone else and things aren't just coming to me easily. It's like, okay, Megan, you know the source-lined way of creating is taking a little bit longer. You know this, and I can get on board with that. My human brain can get on board with that. And you know that creating the source-lined way, you won't lose all of your money. You won't get canceled, that you'll be in a committed, loving relationship. Wouldn't you just rather wait a little bit longer? And I say wait to justify it to my human brain. We already have all of these things. I'm not waiting for anything. But wouldn't you just be patient and just hang in there a little bit longer so that it's stable? You literally have to talk to yourself occasionally like you're 3 years old. Calm down a little bit, and I go, yes, I would rather just wait, create from a stable, balanced place, because then I'm never second guessing that I'm losing anything. Is that not just the biggest, most calming mindset to have? I will not lose anything I have attracted because I created from a balanced place. And from there, because I was talking about it out loud, I was crying, I was reasoning with myself, I go, okay. And now I feel better. Now the anger has shifted. Because trust me, how many influencers, podcasters, actors, billionaires live in fear that it can all end for them tomorrow? You know what I mean? A lot of them do. They don't feel secure in what they have because they don't really know how they created it. When you are creating the source-aligned way, you know how you created things, and you're never going to default or regress. The only way you default or regress is if you go dark or if you all of a sudden you're just like, I hate this work, I'm stopping completely. That's the only way you're really going to regress. If you're just taking these little baby steps, right, equate to the bigger picture in the long run. But again, you have all these things now. We're just used to instant gratification. I'm no different. I was literally getting groceries delivered from Whole Foods, and I saw that it wasn't going to be here quickly enough. So I literally went to Instacart, paid double the delivery fee, and was like, oh, okay, Like, I know this work and I still get caught up in it. Take a breather. Find a way to physically release your anger or whatever emotional imbalance you are experiencing. Look inward and reflect on, okay, what is the actual limiting belief behind this? And then move on. Okay, next on the docket. Oh, another epiphany I had on Saturday. Okay, going off of still, the source-aligned way may take longer, but it is more sustainable. You'll have the loyal, thriving community. You'll be in the committed relationship. You won't lose the millions or billions of dollars. And also, thank God it is taking longer, because I am just learning more and more about myself and learning more and more and showcasing my authenticity. You do not want to be the person who just goes viral doing the trendy thing. You don't want to be the person that's just receiving money and the followers the cliche way. You don't want to be just another person on TikTok. But you right now today, if you're just taking baby steps and taking that little bit of a longer way, you won't need to recreate and reinvent yourself later in life. You don't want to be the person that's making their livelihood the way everyone else is, because that's not sustainable. We know how trends come and go. So create your livelihood, align with your soul purpose the way that is unique to you. Only you can do it. That's invaluable. If you are doing and creating something that only you can do, you literally give the universe and source no other option but to reward you. And how are we rewarded? Through things that are highly valuable to us. Health, money, career, family. And another note, things are not going to be easy for you. And I'm saying easy for you because I'm assuming if you are here listening, if this is resonating with you, you are a higher frequency soul. If you are a higher frequency soul, things will not just be handed out and given to you. That's because you've graduated easy levels of making the money, of getting the family, of getting the dream house, of having the career. You've graduated those easy levels. And now you are here to develop a mastery over XYZ thing, and that XYZ thing is your purpose. You are here to develop a mastery over your purpose. And that is why some of these cliche things won't even be fulfilling to you, because you're like, I've been there, done that. That means nothing to me. I love to say this, but wear it like a badge of honor. You are a high frequency, elite soul. So much of the world is not a high frequency soul. Flex it. Things are harder for you because you are that advanced. Fuck the cliche shit. As I'm looking at my notes, I didn't write that in my notes, but channeled on the spot for you. It's so funny how next in my notes I wrote, reminder, best thing to happen to me, because it is important. We tend to focus on the negative, and it's a very, very slippery slope. I go down this slippery slope, I don't want to say all the time, but I catch myself in it of we tend to focus on and chat about the negative. And because I literally feel like I'm going to bust at the seams if I don't tell people authentically what is going on in my life. Outwardly, I present as a positive person. I never want to paint the picture that is 24/7 ponies and rainbows over here. That is not it. However, when you are so focused on the negative, that's all you are going to attract is the negative. And I could have the best intentions of, no, I'm just telling someone how I'm feeling to be authentic, to maybe get help, but to be authentic. I don't want to paint this picture of something I'm not. I want to share my challenges with people, right? Because that's how you build community too. These are the challenges I'm experiencing, and this is what helped me, right? This is the challenge I'm experiencing, and this is the solution. No one just wants to be around the person that's all 24/7 happy, happy, happy butterflies. Like, no, I'm not 24/7 happy, happy butterflies. However, when you are talking about your problems nonstop, and I don't even want to say I was talking about my problems nonstop because that's not the vibe either. I actually do hold on to and value my privacy as well. But in the moments I was talking about challenges I was experiencing, because of the way I was talking about it, I thought I was getting help. I thought I was being relatable. I thought I was being authentic. And all of those are true, but at the same time, the way I was talking about it, it was putting it into my creator field and actually amplifying these challenges even more. It is a slippery slope of talking about things that are going on in your life, that are maybe from your POV negatively impacting you. And at that same time, then you're just amplifying it and creating more situations and circumstances to wreak havoc in your life. So reminder, these things are the best thing to happen to you. This is what I tell myself. This is the best thing to happen to me. Not only that, you signed up for this. Your soul signed up for this life. Your soul signed up for this life to take on these challenges because you are equipped to overcome it, to help others to do the same thing, to overcome whatever you are experiencing. You are contracted to people who can only be helped by you. to learn these lessons from these obstacles you are experiencing, get it down to a science, the solution for it, to then give it to them and help them and whoever they're supposed to help. It's a ripple effect. You help this person, helps this person, and it's think about like a wide net. Again, this work is the best thing to happen to me. I love that every day I get to step into my soul purpose and talk about things that are truly the most fulfilling thing to me. I love getting to help people. I 1000% feel more purpose-driven now than I ever have in my whole life. And a lot of that feeling does come from overcoming these challenges or obstacles. When you overcome something hard, how are you just not on a high? Like, oh my God, I overcame that. People would literally rather die than overcome what I just overcame. That's why I say reminder. This is the best thing to happen to you because it is the thing that will leave you feeling the most fulfilled and the most filled with joy. It'll leave you feeling happy, period. In a world where there is so much fear and anxiety and it's just everywhere. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts because even in this work, you can take that on so easily. It's a slippery slope. We like to default to the negative. We're addicted to the drama. It's literally a brain chemical process. We're addicted to the drama. But in a world filled with that, be the person who shifts that narrative and being like, no, this is the greatest thing to happen to me. Because there's not a lot of people saying that out there. And if they do, it's really, I don't want to make this sound cliche, but they say it in a cliche way. I'm literally telling you, fact, right here, right now, today, you create your reality and you can make the conscious decision today to say, I'm going to be happy. I love you, anger, I love you, sadness, I love you, whatever. And I'm going to feel the feels, but then I'm also going to remind myself, I am happy because that's the truth. True nature you is happy. And you know what's funny about the spiritual work? I used to have so much resentment towards my higher self. Like I remember there was a period of time where I hated my higher self so much. I literally wouldn't even use my intuition to talk to her. I remember telling her, cut me off, we're done. That lasted about 2 weeks, but I was so over it. And since then, that anger has now been shifted towards just spirituality in general. Again, going back to earlier in my podcast, because I think I have this limiting belief that it's hard. It's not. I just make it hard. I just overthink it. I just get really angry at it. Guys, again, I equally love it. I love this fieriness it gives me. Again, because it lights this inner fire within me to be like, I have to figure this out. And if I have to figure this out, it's because I have not been given any tool that has worked for me yet. And that truly is catapulting me to create something that has never been done before. It is a blessing. As hard as it is, remember, anything you are going through is a blessing because you are going to help people overcome that same thing. And guys, I'm dead because the rest of my notes app is like so, I literally have a section titled miscellaneous other, and just because it's like the most random stuff that I was going off on Saturday morning. So here we go. First one, your partners, kids, and pets are very reflective of you. I don't have a partner. I don't have kids. I have a puppy who I love and am so obsessed with. She's very reflective of me. And we've been doing dog training. Guys, I can't wait to share even more on a grander scale what I've learned in dog training because your dogs, your pets are so smart. They know how to manipulate you. Sophia, that's my puppy's name. She knows how to manipulate me and I could talk with her. And I one time was like, you are manipulating me. And she was like, no, I'm not. Like kind of sly, sneaky. And then we both started laughing. They know how to manipulate you. And one of the biggest behavioral things or reflections you can say I had to shift with Sophia was me taking the charge, me being alpha again, because I'm masculine in some areas of my life, such as vocation, right? That taking that action side. And one limiting belief that I've been really working on shifting that Sophia is reflecting is thinking things are impossible, thinking, oh, this works for everyone else, but it doesn't work for me. Like that's so false because you create your reality. But again, it's easy to fall into a victim mindset. So one thing I've been working on is taking leadership and alphaness back. Literally, Sophia now knows that Mama is alpha. She'll tell me, Mama alpha. I'm chuckling because it's so sweet. Prior to dog training, we started dog training, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago. I was very lax with Sophia. And I don't want to say very lax. I'll give myself a little bit of credit here. We did some training, but for the most part, I was lax. So even things like me walking through the door first, making her sit, is huge for establishing leadership. There must be some pet owners out there that really must need to hear this because I feel so pulled. I posted this on my Instagram stories. Take the ownership back from your dogs, meaning you are the leader. This is how the dog trainer explained it to me. You guys are in a pack, but there is a leader in a pack, right? You are the leader and your dog will manipulate you to get points back to be the leader. But dogs, it's not a mean thing. Dogs like structure. Like even with walking, we're practicing a new way of walking. We're healing walking. You know what I mean? Like where the dog walks with you instead of ahead of you. And even while doing that, at first I thought, oh, I'm not letting her have her freedom to roam and sniff. Sophia has literally told me she enjoys the walks more. And even this is what my dog trainer is saying. You're teaching her to regulate her nervous system, giving her some standards, or maybe not standards, but giving her some boundaries. That doesn't even sound right. When you are walking and training your dog, and even as we're practicing healing while we're walking, Sophia's like, I feel so much better. It's a more enjoyable walk for her, essentially. She's not on constant alert, searching and scouring for everything. So, right, it's not only a more enjoyable experience for me, but it is for Sophia as well. And the other thing she's been manipulating me with is the food. The dogs will manipulate you with the food. She wasn't eating her food. And I used to scramble thinking, what am I going to put in her food to, have her eat it, XYZ, blah, 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 whatever. Alpha doesn't care what the puppy eats. Just kidding. I obviously care what the puppy eats, but that's how they manipulate you. That's how they get points back. You take points away from them when you act as the leader. And they're learning this new way or this new system of you being alpha, you taking leadership. So there's this lag time of where they'll test you, and they will test you through the food. They won't eat their food. So that's just another little tidbit. Don't let them manipulate you with the food. Don't freak out. Take it away, and then whatever is left or whatever they didn't eat is what gets fed during their next feeding time. Does that make sense? So if they don't eat their breakfast and you take it away after 20, 30 minutes, okay, that's for dinner. And I give her snacks during the day if that happens. Like I don't deplete the snacks or anything like that, but I don't, in the moment, if she didn't eat her breakfast, I don't scramble in the moment to try to put something else in there for her to eat it, because that's how they manipulate you. I know what else is funny is Sophia and I will call dog training. We're like, we're doing training today. We're training. And she's been telling me I could feel pulled that she wants to socialize with other dogs. And I want her to socialize with other dogs too. And I want her to socialize with other dogs too. But I can tell just like the non-structured play. I don't want to make it sound like I want her to have only structured play, but there's something about it maybe not being structured that she wouldn't love. Like for instance, like if she would go to a dog park, she'd hate it. And I would hate it too. It just seems so dirty to me. Intuitively, it feels so dirty and not the vibe. And I could tell she would hate it because it would just be chaos, like dogs coming at her. She would hate that. And that is the power of animal communication and just knowing and understanding your dog, because your dogs have wants and needs too. They're actually back on earth to teach you. They're very reflective of you. They take on a lot of your limiting beliefs to throw it back in your face to get it shifted. But yeah, that's just another little thing Soph and I are working on is, okay, where can we do training with the other dogs? I need to ask my dog trainer tomorrow what her recs are, because we do one-on-one lessons, but I could tell it's intuitively and it's an authentic pool for us to do a group dog training setting. You'll die. The next title in my notes is Me in the Work. And me in the work meaning me in the spiritual work. Duh. I have so much love and appreciation for it, but it's the slippery slope I'm constantly telling myself of share, but don't make it my whole personality. But there are times I catch myself, how are we all, and when I say we all, just meaning other intuitives or people in the spiritual work too, I'm like, how are we all just not drinking the Kool-Aid? There have been times where I'm sitting there thinking, all these people are drinking the Kool-Aid, like in a class or, whatever, in a setting where there's a lot of us. I'm thinking, all these people are drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm like, I don't even like Kool-Aid. That increases my anger. What's so funny about that is actually, there was a time recently, like for a few weeks, I could not listen to music because the music was getting me angry. I was listening to angry music, like imagine emo, pop punk, explicit rap, and it was just getting me, I could just feel it like in my physical form starting to boil within me. And I could see with intuition, I could test percentages. I could see the anger percentages going up. So I was literally even on a music ban. Check yourself when you are listening to music, if it's actually helping or hurting you. Check yourself if you think you're drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm in this work and I feel you on that. But also when I have these thoughts of that, I think it's a feeling. I feel like I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. That is just a limiting belief of me not recognizing my own true brilliant intelligence. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, oh my God, we're just sitting here drinking the Kool-Aid. And I fucking love that too. I love that I have this thought of this is Kool-Aid-y because it, again, lights a fire within me to make this sound less Kool-Aid-y and just more normal, because it is normal to me. I think this is so normal and logical, meaning the spiritual work, meaning intuition, because it is. We're taught that it's not. But trust me, I tiptoe the line of also thinking this is the Kool-Aid. And we're just like sip, sip, slurp, slurp, drinking it up. No. Sure, there are some aspects of spirituality where, sure, people are drinking Kool-Aid and it's just so like out there woo-woo. Because there is that aspect of it too. But if you are having those thoughts, it is also a reflection of you, of a limiting belief you hold to be true. So catch it and check it. You know what I mean? Like, it's humbling. Trust me, I get it. It's humbling to catch yourself thinking that and thinking, yeah, these people suck. I'm laughing because sometimes I like get in such a spiral about it, but I'm also like, this is humbling because this is actually just a reflection of me. And guys, when you're letting that anger become your whole personality, don't, because when you're so angry, love it, but also you're not attracting anything when you have these high levels of anger either. You know what I mean? My higher self has definitely told me you're not attracting anything when you are this angry. I'm like, okay. And when I hear that intuitively, I'm thinking I have to shift this because, right, like, you don't want to live in chronic anger either. That's not the vibe. It's not enjoyable. No one wants to be around the angry person, the chronically angry person. You know what I mean? It's like, can you just take a chill pill and vibe? Like, what's going on here? And also sometimes when she tells me that, I'm like, what do you mean I'm not attracting anything right now? I'm not even attracting anything when I'm happy. I go down that spiral too. So like, check it. Okay, thank you, thought. Thank you, thought. Thank you, thought. Check it, shift it, move on. And then another thing. Other things have been getting me in a hizzy since we're just rolling with the word hizzy today. Today and just like recently in general. When you are in this work, you'll learn energetic clearing, such as how to clear dark forces from you, how to clear other people's energy off of you. And nothing pisses me off more about the amount of times I have to clear right now during the day. And part of it is because I'm mastering a skill over emotions. And that is something that dark forces will accord into. I'm learning how to master not taking on other people's thoughts and emotions. And that will get me so just like, not defeated, maybe sometimes defeated, but so like, like, why can't I just live? Why do I have to clear all these energies off me again? It's a blessing and a curse. It's because a lot of us, we just haven't taught this to be such a natural part of our day or human experience to energetically clear yourself. But guys, it's the best thing that happened to me to learn how to clear other people's energies off of you or off of me, because 97% of our thoughts, emotions, actions are not even our own. You could go on social media, scroll for 2 minutes. I could feel it. I can scroll social media for 2 minutes and just feel the dumpster garbage of other people's thoughts and what they hold to be true being dumped into my brain. It is a blessing to be able to clear, but trust me, it pisses me off more than anything because I'm just like, can I just have a day where like nothing affects me? I could just like live. You know what I mean? You know what's so funny? I had in my notes to talk about shutting down with technology, and I'm recording this on my nice camera and my camera just shut down. That's a reflection. Nothing will trigger me more than tech. I swear to God. I literally was freaking out because I didn't know how to put this memory card disc into my camera. And I was just like about 2 seconds away from losing my shit. My higher self was like, just put the camera away. We'll do this later. And now I'm going to have to, after this podcast, it's like even triggering me right now. I'm going to figure out why this camera died on me when the battery said it had 4 hours left. So reflections on reflections. Like, am I right? And lastly, I was so hesitant to talk about this because, again, I want to be authentic about everything. I do value privacy as well. And this seems so random, but I was channeling to pull this. Again, this was in my Saturday. I was about to say this was in my Saturday slumber, but I was very much awake and very much typing this. Specifically about romantic relationships. My last romantic relationship ended 4.5 years ago. And probably because, you know what's funny? Saturday was Valentine's Day, and this memory I wrote in my phone was from Valentine's Day. And my boyfriend at the time, we went to California. We went to Orange County to spend Valentine's Day there. It was my first time going to Newport Beach. I loved it. I haven't been to Newport Beach since. I need to go. It's so pretty. I didn't know this work at the time, but your romantic relationships are very reflective of you. They will reflect any limiting belief that you hold to be true at the time, the deepest, darkest shit, and will hand it to you on a silver platter. I shouldn't say hand it to you on a silver platter. They will embody it like it is on a silver platter. And you would think, let me tell you this, if you were on a trip with your romantic partner and it's on Valentine's Day and it's in a beautiful place where it should be so romantic, not saying like our Airbnb was the most romantic thing ever, but like it's a romantic time and you're not having any intimacy, that is a fucking red flag. It is the biggest red flag, and it is also easy to blame it on the other person, which part of me still does today, because I'm like, just like be the man and do something. But when things like that, like intimacy, lack of it, whatever, are triggering you, that is a reflection of you. And specifically lack of passion in your own life. And I can honestly say without this work, I would not have known that. I would have just been blaming the other dude or guys, future guys for the rest of my life. Because in a romantic relationship, it is very easy. I shouldn't say easy, but it's even a chemical thing. You're on this chemical high of being in a romantic relationship, with being with a romantic partner, and the physical can come easy. And we make everything harder than it needs to be, period. When it starts to decline, or if it's not happening in situations or scenarios where it should be happening, that is a reflection of you. That is a reflection of the lack of passion that you have for your own life. And there are ways to increase that, which, with intuition and with the spiritual work, I can channel for myself to see this is getting a little low. I can do this to increase my numbers. But just a little FYI, as much as we want to blame the boy, as much as we want to blame anyone, right? As much as we want to put our shit onto anyone else, we want to blame other people. No, that's a reflection of you. So thanks for spending your evening with me, or whenever you're listening to this. I'm going to go figure out my camera, and I will see you next time.